Hello everyone. In this video, I am going to tell you how you can install the Linux environment in your Windows environment. So for that purpose, we are going to use the VirtualBox, which is an open source software. So what you can do, you can just go into the VirtualBox. You can Google it. So once you Google it, you will get this software at the first. So after that, you can just click on the latest version which is available at the time when you are going to install it. So for this time they have the 6.1 is the latest version. So you just click on here. So then you will be asking about the VirtualBox platform packages. So either you have the Windows host and you want to have the Linux environment on the Windows host. So if you have you have the Linux host, then you have to download this one. In other case, you have the Solaris 11. So for our case, obviously we are using the Windows as a host, so we have to just click on Windows host. So this will start download, and after that you can run the installation of the VirtualBox to get into your Linux environment. So now you can open this one. Then you can press next over here, because for my case I already installed, so it's asking for repair, but for your case it will be starting to install, or some other case. For my case, I don't need to repair or don't need to remove, so you can just follow this continuous installation. It's a very simple steps, so you can follow that one and you can just finish with that. So for my case, I will just close it, and the final stage you will be asked to finish the installation. Now, once you already install, so your VirtualBox will be looking like this one. So in here you can see I have a lot of operating system like CentOS, then Ubuntu already installed, but I will show you a demonstration how you can install the Ubuntu on your system again. So for downloading Ubuntu software or the Ubuntu operating system, you can just go into Google. So you can just click on Ubuntu download. So exactly the first website which is opening here, I will post this link at the description box of this video. Then you can just follow the links over here. So over here you can go into download, and you will be looking at the latest version, which is 20.04 LTS, is a long-term support. So make sure you are installing this version which is long-term support. This is without long-term, so just click on this one. So this is telling that thank you for downloading this. So now it will start the downloading of your Ubuntu operating system. So for my case, I already have downloaded this file, so I will stop it here and we'll go to the main process. So now here in the VirtualBox, once you have installed it, so you will look at here. So you have to go to the new. So make sure you have the latest version of the VirtualBox. So for my case right now, I'm using 6.1 VirtualBox. So if you have the oldest version, so you can upgrade that Oracle VM VirtualBox. So you can go to new over here. Then you can just choose the operating system name. So for my case, I'm using Ubuntu. So it is also asking about the machine folder where it want to create. So it will directly go to the my user and VirtualBox. And it is also intelligent to locate the type and the version of the Ubuntu. So the type of this operating system is Linux and the version is Ubuntu 64-bit. So for this selection, you just be okay with this statements, and you can just click on the next. So this one is actually the memory size. So this is normally your RAM, how much the capacity of your RAM in your systems is available. So for my case, I'm using 32 GB RAM for my PC. So I'm just choosing the this green portion, which is the maximum I can choose for this machine. So for my case, I'm choosing 23 GB RAM for this operating system. Go next, and just let it be default size, which is the recommended. This size is 10 GB. So we are creating a virtual hard drive now. So you can go for create virtual hard drive now, create button. And for hard disk file types also, you can just go for the standard, which is VDI, VirtualBox disk image. So this option is quite important because over here, if you want to fix the size of the hard drive to donate to this virtual machine or this Linux, then you can just choose the fix. Otherwise, if dynamically allocated, so it means how much space you will need in the future, it will be allocated dynamically. So for my case, I will just choose this dynamically allocated, so I don't need to specify the size. Go next, and over here you can choose how much the size of your virtual disk can be up to. So the standard is 10 GB, but for my case, I will choose the maximum, at least 500 GB. That would be more than enough for my case. So either if you want to choose the bigger one up to 2 TB, or either you want to go for the low space, that is up to you. So then you can click on the create. So now you see here you already have the Ubuntu, which is we just created now. So from here, now you don't need to go to the start button. So after that, you can go to the setting. So in setting, the basic one, you can just leave it like this. In advanced option, you can choose the share clipboard bi-directional, and drag and drop button is also bi-directional. So with this bi-directional option, so you can have the access of file from your window to your Ubuntu directly. So you don't need to make the virtual drive or something. So you can just drag and drop your files, or the copy paste functions will be working properly. So the another thing is a description if you want to give, and the disk encryption is also you can assign if you want. And the most important thing is the system. So in motherboard, we don't need to do anything. And for the processor, yes, exactly, you have to maximize your processor. So for my case, I'm using 8 processor, the CPUs in my system. So I allocate half of the processor to the VirtualBox. And the execution cap is 100%. That one is standard one. And the expression also, we just keep it like this. So in display also, if you are using the double monitor, so you can choose the monitor count. For my case, I have only one. So if you have 2, 3, up to 8 monitor, you can use for this case. And if you are doing some video task in Linux, then you can choose maximum memory, video memory to this part. And the storage, obviously it is the another important part. So over here, what we have to do, we have to allocate the position of the downloaded file of the Ubuntu, which is ISO file. So you can just go to the storage and click on the empty. So over here you can choose a disk file. So this file will be the location where you have downloaded your Ubuntu. So for my case, I have in download folder. So you can just click on this Ubuntu. So this file will be allocated to install or bootable position. So once you have done this one, the other option, you can just leave it as a default and click OK to save this options. So once you have set the setting for this Linux, now you can go to the start button over here. So you will see your Ubuntu installation will be start soon. So from here you can choose the correct file. Some cases, in the standard cases, you will not have this option because I have already guest edition, so that's why it's giving this option. So you can just choose this one if in case you get this message and start the installation. So as you will press the start installation, it will appears like this screen on your desktop. So it will be checking your disk, either do you have the available disk, and it will so you can just close these messages which is appearing on the screen. Close it. So now you will have the start of the installation procedure. So for here you can choose the language which you want to choose and install Ubuntu. So the second thing is your keyboard layout. So which keyboard you want to use. So I'm using English US standard, so we can just choose the English, or either you want to use UK or some other languages also can. And also you can test your keyboard as here as well. So after selecting your keyboard layout, you can hit the continue button. Then over here you can choose the normal installation or the minimal installation. So for normal installation, obviously we have the web browser, utility, office software, games, and media players. But in minimal installation, you will have the only web browser and basic utility. So normally we go for normal installation because we need all these utilities. And the another thing is other optional. So the first option is download the updates while installing Ubuntu. So this is the most important. And also I want to check this option on install the third-party software for the graphics and Wi-Fi hardware, which is essential for media format. So I want to continue with this one. So here it will be asking to erase the disk and install Ubuntu. So actually it will not erase any disk because we are using the virtual machine. So it is just the in case when you are using the as a primary operating system. So for our case, we just choose this one and it will not do anything. But this is the task to perform so that you can just click on the erase disk and install Ubuntu. So you can just hit on the install now button. So it is giving you a warning message. So if you continue, the changes list below will be written to the disk. Otherwise, you will be able to make further changes manually. So it will actually make the 3 partition, which is the partition 1, 2 and 3. So we just say continue. So another task, you have to choose your location where you are placed. So for my case, I am staying here in Kuala Lumpur or Malaysia, so I just choose the standard location. For your case, if you are somewhere else, so you can continue with that. Your name, so my name is Yasser. So it will automatically take your computer name. So if you want to change your computer name, also you can change it, and it will pick your username as well. So if you want to change it, okay, otherwise you can just go with this one. If you want to have the password for this machine, then you can insert password, then go for continue. So after this, the installation will start. It will take some time for installation all of your files. So once the installation is done, it will give a message that your installation is done, and your system will restart after the installation is finished. So when your installation is finished, then you will get this message, installation complete, and you will click on start it now. So once you will restart the computer, so then restart the virtual machine, so you will have appear of this window. So over here you will see the my name is appears, which was your username. So you can just click on this and enter the password. Then after this, it will go into the Linux Ubuntu system and will ask the initial setting. So you can just go for skip this one. If you want to do the setting, then you can do it. Otherwise, you can just skip it. For my case, I will just go next and go for that. So over here, you can see you can't see the full screen of this window. So for this case, you have to install the guest edition. So how you can install guest edition? So you can just go at this terminal and you can search the terminal bar. Okay, once you open the terminal, then you have to type the command sudo apt get sudo apt get install the UI on the build essential. Then it will run all the dependency. Then for continue, you have to press yes or Y and enter. Then it will install the guest edition. Okay, once it is done, you can close this terminal. Once you have done this one, then you can go to the device and click on insert guest additional field. So then it will ask a pop-up VBox contains software intent be automatically started. Would you like to run it? So you can just click on run. It will pop up for the password. So you can just enter the password over here. authenticate, then it will start to install the guest edition at your VirtualBox. So the benefit of the VirtualBox guest edition is you can maximize your screen. So you can have the access of this interface to the whole screen, or either you want to have the multiple monitors such as 2 monitors or 3, whatever. Maximum you can go up to 8 monitors, 8 screen for using this virtual additional box. So it is giving the message that the module will not be replaced until the system is restarted. So press return to close this window. It just put the enter. Then now you have to turn off power of your Linux. So now you will press on the power off. Don't do restart, just power it off. So now here you will see you can go to the setting of your Ubuntu. So you can look at the advanced just to check the bidirectional is on in the option. Then you can click on the start button. So actually I have showed you using this Ubuntu, but after installation I'm using this one. So this is a similar steps which I followed for this one as well. So over here you can just run the password and you will see that your interface or the desktop has been maximized. So you can just click on maximize. So you have the better resolution and you can work on that. So over here you can go to the terminals and run whatever you want to have the access of the document. Yeah. Okay, I hope you have enjoyed this video and now it is easier for you to use Linux when you're using the operating system as Windows. Thank you so much and have a good day.